Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram 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 Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Yesterday, where were we yesterday? Hari Om. Where were we yesterday?
Sanidhyam.
We were reading from Sadhaka and Sadhana. That you have to first understand, please. Sadhaka and Sadhana. If you have that book, you can refer it to it. If you don't have that book, if you ask us, we will send you the soft copy also. Those of you who can download, they can go through the one when we read it out. So that it will not go from your mind. Otherwise it will definitely go. Simply hearing will not help, you know. So the first article was need to become a sadhaka. All of us are blessed with love and devotion and a desire to have God vision. Desire alone won't do. Our aspiration to realize the truth must be fiery and our sadhana well disciplined. Instead of being merely devotees, we must turn into real sadhakas. Devotees are those who are devoted to God but aspire mainly for worldly things. They are not generally keen to have anything higher, whereas sadhakas aspire only for God. So the first para of this is giving us some idea about who is a devotee and who is God, sadhaka. So, and a call for all of us to upgrade ourselves from the level of devotee to sadhaka. The first quality necessary for the sadhaka when he strives to realize God is the heroic spirit. He should not have lukewarm enthusiasm and a timid march on the path because they prolong the struggle, often ending in uncertainty and disaffection. Not lukewarm. We also have to ensure not to seek peace and freedom in external circumstances of life because true freedom is of the mind only. Let the knocks and hits of life turn us more and more towards God so that we can become impervious to all kinds of outside attacks upon us. So the first one was sadhaka and devotees. Then the call comes that we should upgrade ourselves from devotee to sadhaka. And when we and in sadhaka's life also, we should not be lukewarm. These are all words, you know. How to make it not lukewarm? It is for us to do it. And That can happen only when we stop seeking peace and happiness from external persons, objects, and situations. And another point is kicks and knocks that we get in life. We should know that God is making us to move towards Him, to think about Him, to pray to Him, to remember Him, all these things. That is why He is giving us, so that means our move towards Him becomes faster. Let us therefore be earnest in employing all the resources of our being to advance toward the supreme goal. May our thoughts, words and deeds have a background of divine consciousness. It is to be remembered that unless we link our life with the divine author of our being, our life is in vain. Devotee and sadhaka, then sadhaka no lukewarm, it should be fiery, intense, and then diverting all our kicks and knocks for remembering Him, not blaming the person outside, not blaming the objects, not blaming the situation. And then, very important point is we should try to somehow link ourselves with the divine author of our being. Steadily we have to practice concentration of thought on God until we feel His nearness, samipyam, until we become aware of His presence, sanidhyam, until we have the vision of Him everywhere about us, vyapanam, until we realize our oneness with Him, ekatvam. So we have to graduate from devotees to sadhakas. Doubts may then arise whether this can be done while leading a normal family and professional life. With intense aspiration to realize God, coupled with a high degree of dispassion, the sadhaka will be able to attain this state. So the two things we have: intense aspiration and the needed dispassion. Dispassion means a little bit of withdrawal from our usual common run of life. Little withdrawal. The methodology is to chant His name with the right perspective. That means to remember Him. That is the right perspective. And then prayer. And then meditation. Besides dedicating all the activities to Him. So Nama chanting with the right perspective. Right perspective is to remember Him. Activity is to remember Him. Going within to remember Him. So with that, we will be able to steadily progress. True liberation, peace and bliss can come to a spiritual aspirant only when she combines the inner sadhana of remembrance and meditation with the outer dedication of action to the divine. That means Pujya Swamiji always used to say, if we are sadhakas, we are 24 hours sadhakas. It's a tall order, tough job. But we will keep it in before our mind. At least, when we do that, 10%, 25%, 50% we will be able to convert. We want to become a full-time sadhaka, then only this will be possible. True liberation, peace and bliss can come to a spiritual aspirant only when he or she combines the inner sadhana of remembrance and meditation with the outer dedication of action to the divine. Every action performed in an impersonal spirit becomes a worship of God. It is therefore incumbent for a sadhaka to be watchful and vigilant over the antics of the mind. If the mind is given free rein, sadhana would be impossible. Another clue. Now because you don't have the book, you may not be able to follow like what we are telling. Now tell us which are the points which are covered, so that we can again highlight. It's a serious study. First step, all are hearing? No.
Yes, Swamiji.
Then, first thing?
Sanidhyam.
No. First thing is, first thing is devotee and sadhaka.
Sadhaka of any aspiration.
Then,
the stages.
No, this is very important because how do we come to that samipyam state, So first from sadhaka, from devotee to sadhaka, at least let me understand intellectually. Then I will try to put it in practice. Everyone can have that idea. So at least have I been leading a sadhaka's life or a devotee's life? 99% we are all leading devotee's life only. Now Papa says you should become a sadhaka. Okay. So then pray for it, no? Kindly make me to become a real sadhaka. Then Papa says intense aspiration is necessary and
The kicks and knocks in life.
Kicks and knocks in life, I should be able to turn towards Him, and then I should always know that, and I should always try to see Him before. What he said, no, unless we link our life with the divine author of our being. Unless we link our... So we are linking our life with the divine, as much as possible. Out of so many activities from 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock in the night, at least there may be a few which we can easily connect, which we are doing it now. When we go to puja room, when we chant Ram Nam, knowingly or unknowingly, we are linking ourselves with Him. Now, in our activities also, let us try our level best. And then we pray to Him to keep our aspiration fiery, not lukewarm. You made us to preoccupy ourselves with so many things, with the result that though I want to achieve, it is not that serious, intense. So kindly make me to have intense aspiration to realize. That also you have to give me. And then I know that this can become possible only when there is some amount of dispassion from my side. Because at the moment my mind and sense organs go to various sense objects. And where will I think about God then? So I must be able to exercise some control over my mind and sense organs, for which also I pray to you, please. Then only I can move towards you. At the moment, though I want, my mind and my sense objects, they keep going to outside. So kindly enable me to bring it back and turn it towards you. And all these things will help me to feel your presence first. Nearness first. Your presence then in me, and your presence outside, and also to become one with you. And then for that, I know the methodology you have given is to chant Ram Nam. But whether the right perspective I have, I am still not very sure. Because so many thoughts were there, so many concepts were there while chanting. Or the mind also may be going out while chanting. So So bless me so that I have the right perspective. And I keep on praying to you, because that prayer itself will make me aware of my subservience to you, So that slowly, I will be able to link everything with the divine order of our being. You also made me aware that I should be vigilant about my mind's activities. If it was possible, I would have done. But kindly bless me so that the more I become concentrated on you, it will normally it will become focused. So at the moment it is not focused because among so many things God remembrance also is there. It is not exclusive. That is the real problem all of us are facing. It is not exclusive. You say it should become exclusive. Kindly bless me. This much, this is the first, second, 3 pages of this small book. Is it clear now? I have a book before me, you don't have the book before you. So it will be a tough job to move with us.
I need to write down these points.
You write down? That is the only way, because you don't have the book, Those of you who have got you point by point, ready?
Yes, writing, Swamiji.
Okay. You write and then tell me wherever it is not there, we will. Because I have got the book.
First point is devotee to sadhaka.
First class.
Second point, intense aspiration to increase our intensity.
Not lukewarm. And third one, kicks and knocks should turn me to.
Kicks and knocks.
And fourth one is, I should link myself with the divine order of our being.
To keep on aspiration firing, not lukewarm.
Not lukewarm, that is over. Then kicks and knocks, and then link ourselves with the divine order of our being. Then the 4 steps. Papa is giving us these beautiful 4 steps in a simple way, not complicated at all. At least at the understanding level, it is very simple. So first one is to become aware of his nearness. Then his presence within.
His passion to be on the forefront.
No, we are on the, there's an order, we are telling. There is nearness. Then second one is his presence within. Third one is he is everywhere around, everywhere.
First and presence everywhere. Presence within first and everywhere second.
First is nearness.
Yes.
Second is I know that I am existing because of him. No, I have to make it a reality. I should try. At least, intellectually we are trying to now understand the steps. Nearness means, then first I should feel his nearness. Then,
yes, should be inside.
Then that is, Papa gave us the clue through his life that when we start talking to him, a dialogue with him, that means he is very near to us. Suppose a person is there about 50 feet away, and if I talk from here, he may not hear. But when he is very near to me, I will talk to him and he will hear. So when we start our dialogue with him, that means, indirectly we feel his nearness. So dialogue, constant dialogue, or 5-minute dialogue every day with him. We close our eyes early morning when nobody is hearing it, or mentally we can do that so that nobody will hear. So we have a dialogue with him.
Yes, Swamiji, the question and answer session is there.
Then comes his sanidhya. So how do I become aware of it? The very fact that Papa has taught us that we exist because he exists. Because he is there in our in us as the life force. Otherwise we cannot exist as an individual. Something like that, sanidhyam. Or we can feel the heartbeat, or the blood circulation, or the digestion, or the breathing. These are all signs of his presence within us. Then, third one is we try to have the vision of him everywhere. Because we know now, intellectually we know all these things, that he is the bijam for everything. He is the udbhava, he is the source from which everything has come. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. 1,000 times we have been reminded by him. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. So he is the author of everything. He is the producer of everything. He is the creator of everything. He is the provider of everything. So like that, that means he is everywhere, he is everywhere, he is everywhere. And the final is, I should become one with him. So this is the quintessence of spiritual journey, If we start...
Today's state is not easy to go to the next step, Swamiji.
Not easy to go to the next step.
Correct. It is difficult. The first and second, first is probably little easier. From second onwards, it is a uphill task. But
second, Swamiji, we can understand because all the functions, everything is because of him.
Because.
That is, at least theoretically, we can understand.
Yeah.
But seeing him in the
third also we can understand, because everything that we see.
I find it very difficult, Swamiji.
Okay, now start.
That the other concern is because of also God who is within me. I am not able to understand that.
Correct. Now start thinking. Everything has come from him only. This is what we have been told. So if everything has come from him, whatever see is he only in different forms. Slowly, Because I have not brought anything when I came. He has provided everything in the form of Mother Nature. So when we feel the breeze, the air, suddenly we remember, you have provided, I did not bring it. Suddenly we realize we are existing, we are moving in the space, we are existing on the earth, we are drinking water, there is 98.4 degree temperature in our body. So the water, the earth, the space, sun, I have not brought it. So that means you have made everything ready for me when I came to this world. So everything is you only. I try. These are not verifiable truth, these are not dictums or dogmas. We have not been asked to learn by heart and say that. First we get the theory, then we try to verify it through our own experience. This verification is possible only when I came to this world, I needed air. When I came to this world, I did not bring the oxygen cylinder. During the corona time, I was able to feel that when we were struggling for oxygen, then doctors gave me, or when we have seen somebody struggling then doctors give them, prescribe them, go for that, check up your saturation point. What is that? Oximeter. And suppose it is 80, 90. Pulse oximeter. Then immediately you report and they will immediately connect with. But now after the corona is over, now we find no oxygen cylinder is attached to me. So I am getting oxygen. Where from it came? So he has provided oxygen also for me, air, through air. Like that we should do this manana, intense reflection. Anything that we take, When we cut the vegetables, we know that, no? Suppose you are cutting the bindi vegetable, vendakai. This vendakai bindi has come from one seed. That seed has come from another vendakai. That vendakai has come from another seed. So which is the first seed? I don't know. He says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. When I use the coconut oil, I know it has come from the coconut. The coconut has come from a coconut seed. The coconut seed was responsible to bring the coconut tree. From there, the flowering took place, the nut came, and then after its attained maturity, I plucked it, removed it, created it, and certain processes, then ultimately got the oil. So this seed coconut, where from it came? It came from another tree. That tree came from another seed coconut. Like that, again we don't find Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. So this intense reflection will make us aware that He is behind everything. He is behind everything. That is the third one. Until we have the vision of Him everywhere about us. Vyapana. These are all intellectual, agreed. But at least the more you become reflective and meditative, the more you move toward the springs of life. That's what Papa says, you know. So we make an attempt. If we fail, we will find out some other ways. These are all the prescribed methods. First, developing a dialogue with Him will make us aware of His nearness. Watching our body functions, probably we may have some idea about His presence within us. Watching about everything that is outside probably will make us aware that He is there in every one. And the last one is I become one with Him, because the moment I know that He is in me and He is everywhere around me, the net is, I am that. With this, we don't stop. We will try to now experience one by one. So then, next one. There should be, dispassion should be there. I know that all these things it's all understandable now. But how to make it a reality? To make it a reality, I must be able to exclusively sit for this. My mind is now spending its energy, potentiality on everything other than this. So I must conserve the needed. That means, there should be withdrawal. Practical, this is the theory. Practical side is we allot 1 hour or 2 hours exclusively, and then we try in our own way. We watch our mind. We deny certain things consciously to the mind. He says, it is therefore incumbent for a sadhaka to be watchful and vigilant over the antics of the mind. If the mind is given a free rein, sadhana would be impossible. So for a one hour, 10 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour, every day we will try this. We have to try, Nobody can give us this.
Swamiji, we can, one of the suggestions, Mauna Vradam ஒரு நாளைக்கு household இருக்குமா பண்ணினாக்கா we can watch our mind. No?
Sure. எல்லா ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ்லேருந்தும் வெளியிலேயும் வரணும். மௌனம் மாத்திரம் போராது. Maunam with activities will not help us much.
Yes, Swamiji, digital is very important.
Swamiji, withdraw our mind from the activities and observe silence.
Some half an hour.
அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது பண்ணணும்.
ஆமாம், பண்ணத்தான் வேணும். That is why Papa is now bringing up one by one. Even if we want to leave, He will not leave us now. We would like to have a holiday, I have been hearing for the past 2 years. We would like to have a clean holiday.
One day not to touch mobile.
One day not to touch mobile.
Something. Correct. One day not to touch with mobile. One day you will avoid rice or sweet.
Important messages வருது, எப்படி அது மொபைலை தொடாம இருக்கும்.
இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மெசேஜஸ் அப்பப்போ வந்துட்டே இருக்கேன்.
அதுதான் மைண்டோட ட்ரிக்கு.
அதான் டெண்டன்சி.
நான் தொடமாட்டேன்னா தொடமாட்டேன், தொடமாட்டேன்னா தொடமாட்டேன். இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மெசேஜோ அன்இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மெசேஜோ ஆகிக்கட்டும், ஐ வில் நாட் டச் இட். ஐ ஹேட் lived without a mic, without a mobile. I can continue to live without a mobile. அதனால today I will not touch.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mind me.
One day.
So like that, இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து I will not touch rice, or I will not have any sweets. Whatever that I like most, I will say, I will deny something, you can try silently. Nobody need know about it. No fussing. So that we will know whether it is possible or not. Nobody need know. Nobody need know what we are trying. So this dispassion we try to do through observing brothers silently.
எனக்கு 3ல இருந்து 4 வரைக்கும் எனக்கு வந்து கூகுள் வேணுமே, சுவாமிஜியோட கான்டாக்ட் எப்படி
சண்டே இல்லையே. சண்டே இல்லையே.
சண்டே இல்ல, சண்டே அந்த சொன்னேன். இது ஆல்வேஸ் தான சொல்றேன்.
As you tell us, tomorrow majority of us are trying to do something, so tomorrow's satsang is postponed. We will also be glad.
Positive and negative happening, immediately we are able to know only through this.
But we should not depend upon this only, we should start doing it,
One day we can have. One day weekly, one day
But now we will do one thing. After this text is over, we will have only 2 or 3 days satsang in a week. Every alternative day.
No, Swamiji, please.
No, Swamiji.
No, Swamiji.
Every alternative day we will have off.
No, Swamiji, we will have digital.
அது முடியாது.
We will have satsang, Swamiji, please.
அப்போ அந்த டைமிங் பண்ணுங்க.
So on Sunday we will have a digital program.
சரி, okay. But we have to be serious now,
சுவாமிஜி, இப்போ நம்ம சத்சங்கெல்லாம் கேட்குறோம் சுவாமிஜி. கேட்கும் போது நம்மளுக்கு அந்த ஒரு அப்பா மேல ஒரு ஏதோ ஒரு லவ்வோ கனெக்ஷனோ ஏதோ ஒன்று இருக்கு. அதனால தான் நம்ம வந்து சத்சங் ரெகுலரா வேணும்னு கேட்குறோம்.
சரி.
பட் ஆனால் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இதுக்கு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும்னா, ஒரு மேங்கோ ட்ரீ இருக்கு இல்லையா? அந்த மேங்கோ ட்ரீல அந்த மேங்கோலாம் வரும். அது வந்து டிசம்பர் நவம்பர்லலாம் வந்ததுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். அது சாப்பிடும் போது அது ரொம்ப புளிக்கும், இன்னும் கேட்டால் கசக்கும், அது சாப்பிடவே முடியாது. பட் ஆனால் ஸ்லோவாக அந்த ஏப்ரல் மே வரும்போதும் அது சாப்பிடும் போது ஒரு ஸ்வீட்னஸ் கிடைக்குது அந்த மேங்கோவில். ஆனால் அது அந்த ஏப்ரல் மேல வர வரைக்கும், இந்த டிசம்பர்ல, இந்த நவம்பர் டிசம்பர்லேருந்து ஏப்ரல் மேல வர வரைக்கும் சைலண்டாக ஏதோ ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் நடக்குது. அது நம்மளுக்கு ஹிடன் சீக்ரெட். அது என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னு தெரியாது அந்த மரம். ஆனா அந்த ஸ்வீட்னஸ் வந்து கரெக்டா அந்த ஏப்ரல் மேல வருது. அது மாதிரி அதை வந்து நம்ம சாதனா கூட எக்ஸாம்பிளா எடுத்துக்கலாம்னு தோணுது. அப்போ நம்ம எல்லாம் கேட்குறோமே தவிர, பட் அந்த ஹிடன் ப்ராசஸ் சாதனான்றது அது நம்ம எப்படி செய்யணும், பட் நம்மளுக்கு தெரியல. மரத்துல பார்க்கும் போதும் அந்த ப்ராசஸ் நம்மளுக்கு தெரியல. அது மாதிரி நம்ம சைலண்டா ஏதோ ஒன்று பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கு. ஆனா என்ன பண்ணணும்னு தான் தெரியும்.
அதான் இப்போ கரெக்டாக வந்துட்டுருக்கே. இப்போ எப்படி பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது டவுன் தி எர்த்து வர்றதே சும்மா ஒரு தியரி இல்லவே. ஒரு நாளைக்கு கொஞ்சம் மௌனம், கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு ஒரு வித்ட்ராயல், ஒரு கண்ட்ரோல் ஆஃப் த மைண்ட், இதெல்லாம் நம்ம டெய்லி பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கணும். அப்போ அதுக்கு இந்த சஜஷன் வந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நாளைக்கு மொபைலை தொட மாட்டோம், ஒரு நாளைக்கு சாப்பிட்றதுல இருப்போம், ஒரு நாளைக்கு பார்க்குறதில்ல, ஒரு நாளைக்கு என்னது ஐ வில் நாட் டூ இட் அப்படின்னு நம்மளே செல்ஃப் இம்போஸ்ட் டிசிப்ளின்ஸ் கொண்டு வந்துட்டு இருக்கிறத ഒന്നിൽ സക്സസ് ആകത്തുള്ള വി ഗെറ്റ് എൻ ഇൻസെൻറ്റീവ് ടു ഡു ദി സെക്കൻഡ് വൺ.
அது மாதிரி ஒரு அஜெண்டா போட்டுன்னு நம்ம
அஜெண்டா அவனும் தானே போடணும். இதெல்லாம் சஜஷன்ஸ் வெளியிலேயே தந்துட்டு இருக்கான். போடணும், அவனவனே போடணும். இப்போ நம்ம இப்போ கேட்டுருக்கிறத somebody said, wait, I will bring it, I will note down. That is the step. அதர்வைஸ் இப்போ கேட்டுட்டு போயிட்டு நாளைக்கு வரதுன்னு கேட்டால் யாருக்கும் ஒன்றும் சொல்கிறதுக்கு இல்லை. இப்பொழுதும் யாரும் சொல்கிறது இல்லை, 2-3 பேர் தானே சொல்கிறா. Why is it that nobody is in a position to contribute their thoughts? Straight away extempore சொல்ல முடியாதா இருக்கும். எழுதி போட்டுட்டோம்னாமே. அப்போ எழுதணுங்கிறது தோறது தான் இந்த அந்த தீவிரதை வருது. இப்போ டெய்லி சத்சங்கத்துக்கு வரத நம்மளொரு பேப்பரையும் பென்சிலையும் கொண்டு வச்சுக்கணும், நமக்கு பிடிச்ச பாயிண்ட் வரத இம்மீடியட்டாக நோட் பண்ணணும், அப்படியெல்லாம் தோதினா தானே அந்த இன்டென்சிட்டி வரும். இப்போ அந்த பர்டிகுலர்
அவுட் ஆஃப் சைட் அவுட் ஆஃப் மைண்ட்.
அவுட் ஆஃப் சைட் அவுட் ஆஃப் மைண்ட், கரெக்ட். அப்போ நம்ம இத்தனை நாள் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம், டெய்லி இப்படி கேட்டுட்டு இருப்போம் போவோம். இப்போ அப்படியே இல்லை. இப்போ பப்பா இஸ் நவ் அந்த என்ன வடியை வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. அந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டை நம்ம இதில் எழுதி பிடிச்சி என்ன செய்யலாம் நெக்ஸ்ட்டு, இது உள்ளே போகிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுறது. So we try now how to make it a reality in my life. What step I should take. So the first is
Papa கழுத்தை பிடிச்சு எடுத்துட்டு போறார் தண்ணி குடிக்கிறதுக்கு. He is doing everything for us. We are doing nothing, Swamiji.
Now that reality.
That was Anandashram is there between 3 and 4:30 through Google.
So we now forget about what has been done so far, because the future is before us. So from today onwards, when those who are in a position to note down the points, kindly keep a notebook or a pen, or if you have got this mobile system, put it digital, whatever is possible, some points, and then that point, how can I make it a reality in my life? Then I make some effort. It will help us a lot than hearing and going, than memorizing. Because this alone will make us to implement it in everyday's life. At least 1% we will be able to move, Just like somebody said, now can we try not to touch the mobile? Forget about one day, at least 2 hours, 3 hours. Some self-denial, which will make us aware. I am denying this for me today. Suppose I am a coffee taker for 3 to 5 times a day. I will take a decision. First, I will have 1 coffee a day. So when after 2 or 3 hours, when you get a craving for a coffee, immediately no. Today we have said no. Why? We want to try to develop some control on our mind. Why? So that the mind can turn towards God, who is seated within. Now he is seated within, but to know him, the mind is not turning, because mind is fully preoccupied with various sense objects. So, see brothers, that is why in this small article, Papa is bringing that dispassion, coupled with intense aspiration to realize God, coupled with a high degree of dispassion, the sadhaka will be able to attain this state. All this in a hush-hush way, not tom-tomming. Not that we want to make it secret. There is a lot of difference between the silently doing and secretly doing, Because we feel the moment we start talking that I am on a vrata, it will be a tough job. So better we will say, I will not have it now, bin it. Suppose somebody presses me with a cup of coffee at that time, I will not have it now, I will take it later, bas. Something like that, by which, because you don't make it, because your idea is to have this Vrata not for others' consumption, but to turn your mind towards Him who is within us, who has prompted you to take the Vrata. So again we repeat, from tomorrow onwards, those of you who are prompted from within, to make it a serious study, you will take a paper and pen and then down the points Papa is bringing one by one. And then next day our attempt will be to what extent I can make a trial. These are not Herculean these are simple things, so I can try. When I say the 4 steps, feeling nearness, feeling His presence everywhere around, and to become one with Him. How do I do that? How do I do that? Not hearing will not help. So when I take a note, when Papa says this, beautiful is, until steadily we have to practice concentration of thought on God. Until, these are all the words. Steadily we have to practice concentration of thought on God until we feel His nearness, until we become aware of His presence, until we have the vision of Him everywhere about us, until we realize our oneness with Him. We have to practice concentration of thought. Now when we read this, when you hear this, it will not have any impact. But suppose you jot down, even if you don't understand, 2 or 3 times you try. You are on the process. The process will definitely take us 1 inch more, 2 inches more, 5 inches more, like that, So this is what from our part we can do, from our side. He is providing us untiringly, patiently, persistently, perseveringly. He is providing everything to us. Now we are watching ourselves whether we are trying to live up to it, Then only this session will become effective. Otherwise it will be sentimentally okay, emotionally okay. Instead of hearing something else, we are hearing at least a positive thing every day. But
there was one incident of Madhali in Guru's grace she has written that she used to go at devotee's place for seva. That time Papa had told her not to see fault in others. So if there was a lady and she finds fault in her, she used to, after sleeping, she used to go and take the sand of his dust of his legs. And if that gents, if it's gents, then she used to take the water droplets for tirtha, that I won't find fault so much downward.
She devised her own plan, no?
She followed the Papa's rule that I won't fault others.
So we have to plan our own way. Same thing we may not be able to follow. Something she has done, Papa did not say you should do this, you should do that. So then, because of the intensity, she was able to now try which will be all right for her. Because she was asked to go and do it as soon as she joined Papa in Kasaragod Ashram, and when the mantra initiation was done, this was the task Papa gave her. And that means even in the midst of activities, how to keep up God remembrance? First a trial. I must be able to see God, I must not be able to see negativities. Not my negativities whenever something goes wrong, not according to what we feel is right. Negative thoughts will come. Somebody scolds us, somebody takes us into task for no fault of us, somebody grumbles, complains, normally we react. So here, when Papa said you should see him, then she was trying. She was unable to see. She was unable to accept it. But as a prayashchitta, she was waiting in the bathroom, and when the water came after washing his body, she took it as a tirtha, so that then only she will know that he is not the person, he is a God embodied. So we cannot follow that, agreed. But she divides her own plan. What is meant is, she...
Swamiji, we should learn to divide something like that.
Something
so
like
that we can overcome.
Correct. This something can come only by our intense reflection, contemplation. How will I get this? I must get it. The Guru is so kind to me, in spite of my unknowingly I am indifferent. I am hearing all these things, but I am not putting into practice. But still he has not lost interest in me. He has the same interest. From the day one when he initiated me into this, the same degree of concern is still there. That is why he is providing one after another.
Yes.
Yeah. So now how will I live up to it? Now at least he has made us known what we should do. Practical, down to earth. We will read again what we have covered, because we are not interested in completing the book. We are interested in knowing deeper into this book. All of us are blessed with love and devotion and a desire to have God vision. Desire alone won't do. Our aspiration to realize the truth must be fiery. And our sadhana well-disciplined. Aspiration must be fiery, and sadhana well-disciplined. Instead of being merely devotees, we must turn into real sadhakas. Devotees are those who are devoted to God but aspire mainly for worldly things. They are not generally keen to have anything higher. Generally keen. Papa is very considerate. They are not generally keen to have anything higher. Whereas sadhakas aspire only for God. The first quality necessary for the sadhaka when he strives to realize God is the heroic spirit. I must be a hero. That heroic spirit should be there, undaunting, uncompromising. He should not have lukewarm enthusiasm and a timid march on the path, because they prolong the struggle, often ending in uncertainty and disaffection. Am I fooling myself? Am I moving toward the goal? Is that what I am doing is right? Like that uncertainty, not focused. It comes because it is not fiery, it is not disciplined. When it is lukewarm enthusiasm, at that particular moment we will do. But we fail in keeping up. So right from the start to the finish, we are supposed to have the same tempo. We know this in all our activities. Not that it is a new thing which we are learning. God gave us so many fields, and God gave us many opportunities also, and then we were successful because we were able to apply this. So when we go back to those experiences, we know that the faculty is inside us. At that time, even we may overlook our physical weakness, dearth of resources. We will somehow make it, I have witnessed in one house, they were trying to make both ends meet. And when we were discussing some other thing, somebody came there and then casually the mother asked, "You would like to have a cup of coffee?" He said yes. When she went inside, she knew there was no sugar. Immediately she went out and went to the neighbors, half a glass of sugar she bought, without anybody knowing, prepared the coffee and then gave it to him. After he went, I asked, "Where did you go?" Then she said, "To be very frank with you, I did not know that there is no sugar. I asked, I know, but I have forgotten. But when I asked and he said yes, I must somehow do it, na? Intensity, commitment, focused attention. And you will do to any extent, otherwise normally you will not go and ask. How to go and ask for half a glass of, what will they think about us? All those things will come, They will come to know that we don't have sugar at our home. They will belittle us. They will think we like. All these things did not, because she was focused. This man, we asked him, he said yes, so we have to give him a cup of coffee. Nothing else mattered. So there may be many such incidents you would have also witnessed or done. So this is not a thing that is foreign to us. Papa is only asking us to divert the same norm to this also, that's all. Many, many instances. First quality necessary for the sadhaka when he strives to realize God is the heroic spirit. He should not have lukewarm enthusiasm and a timid march on the path, because they prolong the struggle, often ending in uncertainty and disaffection. We also have to ensure not to seek peace and freedom in external circumstances of life, because true freedom is of the mind only. That also Papa has taught us, in all our lives. An object or a possession to which we crave, we took loan, we paid EMI, and then, it became ours. Do we maintain the same charm? When we buy a vehicle, first 3-4 days, Papa, how do we clean it and every now and then go and look at it? Tell all our friends about what we have got. And after a year, what happens? So the mind, is the mind. So he says, we also have to ensure not to seek peace and freedom in external circumstances of life, because true freedom is of the mind. When we look at a person who is not having even a bicycle,
Swamiji, form conviction or Swamiji?
Vaname.
Because in the Solradala, to bring it into action, I must have conviction in what you are saying.
Correct.
And with then I proceed with devotion.
Correct. Conviction venam. Commitment venam. All these things might help us to develop this conviction or commitment. Another method to get this conviction is to become aware of what he has been providing to us. And he gave us the freedom to function as an individual, and to what extent we are remembering him.
இது கண்டென்ட்மெண்டா சுவாமிஜி?
அல்ல,
கன்விக்ஷன்
கன்விக்ஷன் சொல்றேன். அது வர்றது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். அது வரணும். கன்விக்ஷன் டு கெட் தட்.
சுவாமிஜி, எனக்கு ஓனா கன்விக்ஷன் இல்லை. ஆனா சுவாமிஜி சொல்றாங்க, I have the conviction in what Swamiji says is right, that it is correct for me. That's all. There is nothing ahead that I have to think. I might have been in ignorance. But you are saying it, I have to put it into action. That's all.
We will try like that, no? Yeah, correct. We will try. We will keep on trying. When Papa is bent upon, he is standing before us and making us to feel his presence. What are you doing? Days are running out. Your final examination date, you don't know when. Before that, you have to prepare well enough. Then only you can write for the examination pass.
சொல்றேன் சுவாமிஜி, ஆனா டைம் அண்ட் டைட் வெயிட் ஃபார் நோ மேன் ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்கு. ஆனா எடுத்துக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க.
நம்ம ட்ரை பண்ண பெருமை.
நம்ம ட்ரை பண்றோம்.
That is enough. So the preparing for the exam starts from making a note of every day what he is giving. So, and we do reflection, not merely writing, reflection. That is what we learned, when the teacher gave us homework. Initially we were doing it because the teacher said homework, tomorrow he will ask about go. That might be the motivating point initially. But later on, as we go from classes to classes, then we find that it helps us. At the time of examination, the assimilation takes place only because of the homework. Not merely attending the class at the class.
Yes.
Some process of absorption, or some process of assimilation, some process of manana.
Put it into our daily routine.
How to?
Action.
What, uncle?
To put it into our daily routine is important.
In some way, in some form,
Yes.
Whatever is possible. We cannot do what somebody has done, but each may be possible in their own way. They have done it so far. To all intents and purposes, we have been leading a relatively successful life.
That inner urge will be there.
So the relatively successful life all of us have been blessed with. So we have taken some steps. We have put ourselves on a process. We held on to the goal to be scaled. So many things we have learned. The same thing we have to apply here also. There are no two standards, one for spiritual, one for worldly. There is no divide at all. So when he made us to successfully handle so many things in the outer life, that faculty is within us. It is not a thing to be borrowed from anywhere or to be bought from anywhere. So we are trying, our manana, our contemplation will definitely make us aware, we could do that. The first thing that came to us was about the cycling,
Yes, sir.
We started trying, and the cycling, we got the balance and we were using it. But one fine morning we started thinking, where from this balance came? It has not come from outside. After falling so many times, after getting bruises so many times, because of my commitment, because of my conviction I should have, I was able to persevere. And then one day, when I was doing the pedaling, instead of falling, I was able to stand. I was making it to move. It was a thrilling moment. All of you might be remembering that. Thrilling moment. It is moving. We will say that. Without falling, we are doing the pedaling and the cycle moves. Where from it has come? It has not come from anywhere outside. It has come from me, inside only. So in potentiality is within me. Like that, that we do this manana. So that we don't look up to anything. We don't look up to anything from outside. The required the potentiality as a God has already invested us with all these things, invested in us. So all that we have to tap it and open it, that's all. Start thinking, going back to your own life. You will find all these things are made possible in your very life. So we are trying now to divert the whole thing, to become aware of those things and make it possible for us to live up to what is expected of us by Papa. So that much we will do today. Tomorrow we will see. Very happy. Only one page we could complete. That is the biggest sign. Not reading. So we will make a trial tomorrow. Those of you who are prompted from within, they may note down, link it with the previous experience, and then we try to move forward. Hariyo.
Swamiji, பரமபதத்தில் இருக்கிற இந்த பாம்பெல்லாம் அடிச்சிட்டோம்னாக்கா அசண்டன்ஸ்லேயே இருக்கலாமே. பரமபதம் இருக்கு இல்லையா?
ஆமாம்.
அதில் இருக்கிற பாம்பெல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டோம்னாக்கா
பரமபதத்தில் இருக்கிட்ட பாம்பா?
ஆமா, பாம்பெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, திடீர்னு மேலே போகிறோம், அப்புறம் கீழே இறங்கிடுறோம். அப்படியே
ஸ்னேக் அண்ட் லேடர். அச்சா. கரெக்ட்.
அதை அந்த ஸ்னேக்கை எடுத்துட்டோன்னு வச்சுங்க.
சரி.
ladder is also not necessary.
அந்த ஸ்னேக் இல்லாமல் இருக்காது. ஸ்னேக் இல்லாமல் இருக்கவே இருக்காது. We have to be alert and vigilant.
அதான்.
இப்போ இந்த சுடோக்கு இருக்கு இல்லையா? That's the real. How many times we fail? But if a conviction is there that we should somehow complete it, we will see we may commit mistakes. But we will not do that. These are the things through which God is teaching us, Perseverance is the keynote for success.
Yes.
We'll see more of it tomorrow. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Hari Om. Namaskaram. Pranam.